heavy drop right here. That was the first feeling that I've had in 10 years or so of landing a new trick. I want to share with you guys my breakdown of my experience at Mount Hood. Holy crap, I don't even know where to start. Well, I do know where to start, and it's gonna start with some of you may or may not be a fan, but every once in a while, the Rumpelmans is the way to go. And if I'm gonna break down a Mount Hood session, which to mention, I did not drink at all the entire time. Well, like while I was snowboarding, that place does not call for drinking and snowboarding at all. But right now, it does. Oh man, it's delicious, dude. It's great. It's so good. Okay, and I got my next little cider drink. All right, so first off, driving there and like showing up and getting there, I mean, I really didn't know what to expect. I was like, oh, sick. It's just like you know, like Mammoth stays open super late. So it must be super similar to that, where it's just like, you know, hitting runs on a chairlift on old slushy snow. And it was like really not like that at all, because there's one main lift, you take one dry lift up, and then there's one main lift that, you know, for one run. They got a little park set up, the public park set up, but the FTC freestyle training? Whatever. FTC, whatever it is. That was like 3 little rope tow sections, you know, that you can only get into if you paid an extra 20 or 25 bucks or something like that, which, I mean, obviously you're gonna do. And the vibe there is just full on skate park, which is so crazy because I've reintroduced myself back into skateboarding, and like, I've been missing that skate park vibe in my life. And since going back, I'm like, oh my God, it feels so good to go back and be in the skate park vibe, you know? It's just a bunch of people just trying to land tricks for no real reason, just outside of the reason that you just want to learn and land a new trick because it's cool and it's fun and it feels good and it's rewarding. Like that's it. There's no, I mean, I guess for pros and stuff, you know, you're like trying to score clips and trying to get content and stuff like that. And I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to sort of do too, is like score clips, get content, you know? But ultimately it all surrounds and is encompassed by like having fun and like the feeling that it gets of doing a new trick. And here's where I want to dive into like the deeper part of it for me is, for you guys that don't know my story, I'm just gonna give it to you super quick. Like, I tore my ACL once and then again like 2 years later, and just since then, which was like almost 10 years ago the first time, since then I've just been like chilling, you know? Like I get a little aggressive at the park sometimes, especially now I'm starting to get a lot more aggressive at the park, which feels so good. But for so long, I moved down to Southern California and I'm just like, I'm not gonna hit it hard. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. So basically for like 10 years, I've been doing just my go-to tricks. Like, I have not learned a new trick or had that feeling of a new trick or that excitement for a very long time. And I haven't chased it because I've just been like, foot off the gas, dude, foot off the gas. Which is a reason why I got into doing the follow cam thing, because, you know, what you may not think of from my performance on a snowboard is I've actually been snowboarding for like over 20 years, which is insane. I have a lot of experience on a snowboard. I like to think that I'm just a well-rounded rider, and in different conditions and different vibes and different groups and different terrain and so on and so forth. I like to think that I'm just, you know, I know my space and I know the snow types and I know my edges really well. And I can ride switch pretty, I don't want to make a hard claim here, but I can ride switch pretty good. I think I'm pretty comfortable with my switch riding. And those are all like all of the key little things that you need in order to be like good at follow cams. And so rewinding it back to why I even started the follow cam is because I'm snowboarding one day, I got my GoPro with me, and I'm just like, you know what, I really just don't feel like trying anything. I don't feel like throwing down, but I know everybody wants clips. I'm just gonna ask, see if somebody on the hill wants a clip. So I did exactly that. I filmed them, got the clip, and I'm like, oh my God, it looks horrible, like terrible. It was embarrassing. I was like, I can't believe I can't post this, I can't shit. And then so since then I was like, oh man, I really gotta get this down. And that was at the beginning of this winter. And since then I've just kind of become obsessed with it. I don't know what other word to use besides obsessed with like how do I make these clips look really good? Like you see the GoPro clips that show up on YouTube and Instagram and just everywhere, like the pros that make it look so good, and then you do your GoPro clip, it looks like freaking booty, right? So I've just been on a mission to figure that out, and I'm getting there. I think I hit my stride in the last the last month or two, but coming up to Hood to do this has been so freaking game changing, because it's a mecca. This is where the people that care about snowboarding fully, like all the time, this is where they are. And it's not cheap. Like you need to allocate resources in order to come and do a thing like this and be at a place like this. So it's like, it really is. I mean, obviously there's, they're like the Groms, their kids, oh my God, or their parents set them up in these camps for like weeks at a time. And I swear that's like, dude, if you have a kid and if you have a child that is into skiing or snowboarding and they want to go to this camp, please do everything in your financial means to like stash away and make it happen for these kids, because it is next level progression. Like this is where the people that take it seriously, this is where they come this time of year, and this is where they progress, and it turns into like the next level for them, So if you can throw your kid in the High Cascade camp or whatever it may be, I'm not even familiar with all of it, but if you can do that, it really is probably, if your kid is passionate about it and just all you can think about is snowboarding or skiing and hitting the park, hitting the jumps, getting better at rails, progressing in tricks, like it's the best thing that you can do. So, please get them in there. Oh man, where am I going? So yesterday, I gotta wrap up yesterday and what happened yesterday. Now that you have the backstory, this is all gonna make like a bit of sense. So I was up there for 5 days, and I rode for 3 because you had to buy a ticket and everything. And I hit the bike park one day, and then I just took a rest and edited videos and did some work on another day. But I rode 3 days, and the first day was just like, oh my God, what is this? Holy crap, I can barely wrap my head around it. And as quickly as I could, I got to my follow cams, and I was doing my follow cams and just like in such a different environment. I was like, this isn't a top to bottom run, this is like a skate park. I got to give these people more tries to land their tricks. And so I think the clips already came out great, I think, from the first day. And the second day I was like, okay, now I know what to expect. I'm going into it fully anticipating the energy, the vibe, the feel, how to approach people. So my approach, here's the part of the TheFollowCamGuy clips that you guys don't see, is my approach to the people. And I've been figuring out, trying to think of a way, how can I film that approach? Because that is also kind of a cool moment of approaching a stranger. That's what I do, is usually in the park on a mountain, I just roll up. I'm like, yo, are you hitting the park? So they're like, duh, they're hitting the park. But it's the perfect icebreaker to be like, oh, sick. Well, I do follow cams, and if you want a clip, I'm down to get you top to bottom, whatever. But here, I can't go up to him and be like, oh, you hitting park? Because I sound like an absolute idiot. I'm like, duh, I'm hitting the park. That's all there is park. So I had to come up with a new opening line for people, which has kind of turned into like, hey, do you have a trick that you're trying right now? I'm out here just filming for anybody that wants, that wants clips. So if you're down to give it a couple shots, I'm down to follow, down to do a follow cam, and that seemed to, work perfectly fine. And so now we get to the third day. The third day was yesterday. So the second day I got comfortable, I got some good fun clips. But then the third day, well, what happened yesterday, I'm 10 minutes into this clip and I'm finally telling you guys like what happened yesterday. Boy, am I bad at telling stories. Now that you know the backstory. So I pull up yesterday, it's overcast, it's cloudy, it's totally foggy. The first 2 days of filming were just pure sunlight, which is exactly what the camera loves. And I'm just like, it's overcast and gloomy, and I'm thinking, this might not be a great day for filming, but whatever, we're gonna do it anyways, and we're gonna see how the clips come out. And the snow's actually really good because it's, the sun's not beating it down, and there was a nice open patch of, like not super cloudy, not super overcast, like thick, dense fog over the park. And from the bottom of the resort, it looked like it, but once you're up there, it's actually pretty, like pretty decent. And I get up and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do a few more runs for myself, like before I pull out the camera, because I just traveled all this way, spent all this money, all of these time and resources and energy and everything. I mean, like side note, if you watch what I do and you see what I do, like, yeah, it looks like I'm living the dream, but I freaking grind 9 to 5, dude. Like yeah, it's a remote sales job, but I freaking grind 9 to 5, and that pays for all of this. Like, this is not like I'm exerting so much of my time and money and energy and resources in order to get to the mountain, and I just do follow cams all day. Like, I don't know if any of you, if people realize that or understand that, but if you've watched enough of this video, if you're 12 minutes into this video and you're still watching, then I would really like for you to just know, and like, not that I'm looking for acknowledgement. Like, I love doing this. I don't think people realize, that I am putting so much of my time and energy and finances and resources into getting up on the mountain, and using that valuable time instead of using that. Here's where we're getting into the nitty gritty. Instead of using that time to better myself and my skill and my snowboarding and my tricks and everything, instead of doing that, I'm just filming. And that I really realized that all yesterday on the mountain. Is like, I'm day 3 at Mount Hood, and I'm like, I don't even feel comfortable doing a board slide right now. Like, what the hell is going on? I should be, this is kind of weird, And so I did a few runs to myself, and I started to get, started to feel a little bit saucy. That's what happens. Like, I can ride the park. I can ride pretty decent. But I was just not warmed up at all because I hadn't been hitting anything. And so I started doing some hits and getting and feeling a little saucy. And I was like, okay, let me just pick this. I got this. Let me pick this trick. I got this trick on one of the like medium size rails, probably like that, like size barrel rail. With the faster you hit it, the more you can like launch off of it. I just wanted to do like a 50-50, and then I was like, okay, 50-50, back 180 out. It's always a fun trick for me. And I did it, and it took me a couple tries to like get it smooth, and then I did it. And I was like, on one of the rounds, I was like, I think I can back 3 out of that. This is like way far from a trick that I've ever tried, ever. Like, and ever thought that I would even consider trying. Hold on. Oh man, so good. So bad, so good. Sorry guys. And so as time going on, and I like, as I realized, like, oh my God, I think I could back 3 out of this, I'm starting to realize, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this day for myself. Like, I'm not even gonna pull the camera out, because again, time, energy, resources. I mean, all the way to Mount Hood, I'm 15 hours away. I'm on this 2-week trip. Like, it's like, for me to get my finances in place to do this has taken years. And I think I'm gonna have this day to myself. And so I had a trick. and I start kind of not battling it. I landed it. This is still a go-to trick, is a 50 back 180 out. And the special moment, I'm just gonna like cut right to it, is the special moment is I landed the front 50 back 3 out, and like I landed it really good. And it took me a few tries, and the whole time, oh my God, you guys, the whole time, like once I realized, I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna try this trick, my heart's just pounding, dude. My heart's just pounding. And I'm right in front of all the people that I've been filming, right? And they're like, oh, that's the follow cam guy. Like, oh, can he ride? You know, like all this pressure's on me. And that pressure and that like social environment of like shit, I'm trying this trick, and I want to land this trick, and like the skate park vibes is like you're doing it in front of everybody. And that's what's different about Mount Hood and the rope toes versus like a top to bottom run at a resort, is everyone's right there, everyone's watching every single attempt that you're doing, just like in a skate park, right? So like if you're botching your trick over, if you're trying something that you can't do or whatever, like everybody can see it. And I just can't believe I landed it. That was, wrapping this all around, that was the first time, heavy drop right here. That was the first feeling that I've had in 10 years or so of landing a new trick, because I have not pursued learning new tricks for, it's 16 minutes into this video and I'm coming back to the beginning. I haven't tried a new trick in that long. And therein lies the beauty of Mount Hood, in that like I spent those first 2 days just doing follow cams, and then on the third day I actually got the proper experience. Like I actually felt like I was immersed in the skate, you know, like I was battling a trick, you know, and I made the claim to a couple people, Olivia, I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. Like, thank you for the tips on that. So sick seeing you again out there. And then Stuart, it's like Coach Stewball, something like that, dude. He was at the drop-in, and I had to tell him, I made like 1 or 2 attempts at the trick, and I had to tell him, I was like, yo man, like I'm trying this trick, dude, like, you know, and he's just like, yo, you got it, dude. And I fucking stop it, like right as I tell him, and I mean, just what a dream, dude, what a dream. Like I got no words. And to add to this, boy, is this dragging out. To add to it, midday at like noon or 1, Burton Snowboard's official TikTok follows me, my Follow Cam Guy TikTok account. Now let me just explain. Let me. I don't have any service, so I can't show it, but I like remember the numbers. Burton Snowboard's TikTok account has like 500 and freaking something thousand followers. And they are following, mark my words, go to their account right now, and they are following 167 accounts. Following 167 accounts, 500,000 followers. And they shot me a follow. And I messaged them, I'm like, oh my God, like, I didn't say oh my God, but I was like, wow, thank you for the follow. What you're supporting is stoking out guys, gals, kids, adults, everyone, all ages, all skill levels, clips and smiles on the mountain. That's all this is. Follow Cam Guy is just being on the mountain, clips, smiles. Doesn't matter how good you are, how bad you are, like just anybody and everybody. That's what they're supporting, and they were like, we love it. Keep at it, keep doing your thing. And I'm just like, what, are you kidding me? And then 10 minutes later, like 5-10 minutes later, I land the 50 back 3 out, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like everything in my life just accumulated perfectly into exactly that moment. Everything I've ever worked for, everything I've ever wanted in life, like my work life and my finances brought me here. Like to this, I have a camper and a truck and the means to take 2 weeks off and do this. And that like, so like externally from the love and the passion of the sport, I've worked outside of it to get me here. And then I got here, and then there's too much. the clips that almost a side note, the first few clips that I posted from up here got so much love. They got so much love, and then all of a sudden my follower count's just going boop, 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 and I'm like, what? And then one of them is Burton's, like, there is no big account that follows me. Like, I mean, there's definitely a few of like the pros and stuff that I follow that I didn't even know that they were pros, and they follow my account, but like something that big, it's crazy. I've rambled on for 20 minutes. I don't think anybody's gonna watch this. There's no way. There's no way. So whatever I say at this point is just like, yeah, it doesn't matter. But for real, everything that I've done and that I care about in my life, it all happened yesterday. I've never found an outlet that has been so heart-fillingly rewarding than doing the TheFollowCamGuy. Like, stoking out random people with clips and like meeting people on the mountain. That's all I've ever loved to do. All of my best friends in my life came from meeting people on the mountain, going snowboarding, or like mountain biking on the mountain, or at the skate park, or like that. Like, that's where all of my best friends I've met them. And so that's what the TheFollowCamGuy is like, I'm just making friends with all these people, and it's so fun, and every single one of them is special, and every single one of them is unique, and I get to meet people from all over the place. And yeah, for an account as big as Burton Snowboards to like see it and then boom, acknowledge it on the same day that I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do my own thing and like reap the rewards of the work that I've put in. Like, I'm just gonna do this one for me, and then Burton follows, and they're in my messages saying, you're doing awesome, keep at it, that's sick. And then I'm like battling this back 3 out, and my heart's pounding, and I'm like, and I fucking stomped it, dude. Oh my god. Oh. And I stomped it. It was at the end. It was at the very end of the day. I had to get to a work meeting. At 3 p.m. The park closes at 3 p.m. So I couldn't go all the way until the end. I had to go until like 2:30, and it was like 2:10, 2:15. And I'm like, man, I'm telling myself at the bottom of the rope toe, I'm like, all right, you're gonna have to be totally fine with leaving early for a work meeting without landing this trick. And that feeling, telling myself that, hurt. It definitely hurt. But at the same exact time, it made me feel super grateful and excited and happy to get to my work meeting, because that's what got me here in the first place. And that's what has fulfilled and delivered my ability to do all of this. So the fact that I landed it like within minutes, I don't even know, guys. I don't even know why anybody would still be listening to me rant on, because at this point I'm just still going. I'm just reliving this experience that I had yesterday to myself, by myself, to the camera, and to you guys. And it was just like nothing else. Like, it's like I want to say rebirth. Rebirth is an extreme word, but it's like a restart. It's like a refire, rekindling of the coals, and now I've gotten back into deep into snowboarding as the TheFollowCamGuy, where I just do clips for other people. But I now am like, yeah, but I also wanna like get some new tricks. and do and get my skill and everything. So I can't do follow cams every single day that I go on the mountain. I have to take days to me to like, you know, better my snowboarding and progress, and the better I get at snowboarding, the better I get at follow cams. So it's all in the right direction. It's all 100% in the right direction. I've found what I love. I've never had any other thing like this. And if you're, I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you're still watching, I freaking love you, because it means that you definitely are someone important in my life. Even if I don't know you, it means you are someone very important in my life, because you understand, at this point, you understand a lot about me and my feelings towards in my snowboarding and my experience, and what the Follow Cam Guy is and why I'm doing it. If you follow my accounts, thank you. If I see you guys on the mountain, just shoot a holler and a yo, and like, I'm always down for a clip as long as I have my camera. If I'm not in clip mode, obviously, let's get a run together. let's feed off each other's energy. I don't even have shout outs. I'm not gonna claim shout outs because I haven't done anything great. And yeah. I'm in a beautiful place right now. The creek. My camper. And I'm gonna make some dinner, and I'm gonna get a good night's sleep, and I'm gonna go mountain biking tomorrow, and I'm gonna continue to bask in the joy and the gratefulness that I have snowboarding in my life, and that I have this GoPro camera, follow cam, in my life. And yeah, I love you guys. I love all of you guys. I love every freaking person that I've met on the mountain snowboarding and at the skate park. Like, we're of a different breed. You walk down the street, you meet random people, and they're just like different, but like, you know what I mean. All right, I'm done with my rant. Good night.